Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here. Got another Master Duel video for you, and it's Monday, which means it is once again time for another one of our weekly viewer specials. I am very eager to check out your games from this week, since we had the recent release of both Fiendsmith and Azamina. I really know that y'all are going to be cooking up some really cool stuff. If you're interested in what this is all about, if this is your first viewer special experience, then what we do here on Mondays is I like to take a look at games from you all so that we can see the cool decks that you're cooking up and the awesome games that you're playing. So if you want to get in on that and submit your games to be featured potentially on the channel, then you're going to want to head down to the description below. We have a Discord server called the Hexlexplex, in which there is a viewer special submissions channel under the Master Duel section. There you can leave your 9-digit player ID, so that way I can view your publicly saved replays. Please do make sure that you double check both your ID and your replays to make sure that they are correct and public, so that way I'm able to view them. If you have multiple different replays you want to submit, that is completely different fine. You can completely different fine? Is that what I just said? That is completely fine to submit different games, is what I meant to say. You can submit as many different ones as you'd like. I just ask that you don't spam, like submit the same game over and over again. But like I said, we do this every single week, so even if I don't feature you, because we can't feature everybody, you can always submit for the next week and the week after and the week after and so on and so forth. Also, I do, especially around when new sets come out, I do go through and watch pretty much everything that comes in. So, yeah. Anyway, that's all that out of the way. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of your games from this week. Okay, our first replay comes to us from Deck Tester, aka Tester, over on the Discord server. Tester, I've seen you posting about this, has been playing Voiceless Voice, utilizing the Fiendsmith engine. It seems that the Fiendsmith engine can let you go into a full Voiceless Voice combo line, and Tester is here to show us how. Very eager to see this, because Voiceless, as always, is one of those decks that I really wish I would have actually gone into when the pack came out, but it's so pricey, you know? And our opponent is going to be on Fiendsmith Snake Eye. Does it look like they're on the Azamina package? It might seem like all of the Fiendsmith Snake Eye decks are also playing Azamina, but that is actually pretty decently optional for what it's worth. So, alright, let's go ahead and dive right on in. I know, like I said, I believe that this replay should be demonstrating how the Fiendsmith engine can go into a Voiceless line, which, like I said, I'm pretty eager to see here. Alright, we're taking the first turn. It's a pretty good opening hand, looks like. We got the Engraver here as well as the Saphira. Saphira is going to send the prayers in order to add Sorvis, so that's just getting us target protection. Engraver, of course, discards to add Tract. Tract will add Luri. We'll discard the Luri, which will then summon itself. We're all pretty familiar with this. Yeah, the Sorvis providing, like, Imperm Veiler protection here is very nice. Going into the Fiendsmith's Requiem. Requiem F, we're going to tribute to summon another Engraver. Summon our second Engraver, or rather the first one from the graveyard. And then we're fusing yet for sequence. This is, again, the pretty standard Fiendsmith line. I'm mostly eager to see exactly how we pivot into full Voiceless package. So it looks like this is Lacrima? I think Lacrima sounds cool. But if it's not the right way to pronounce it, then it's not the right way to pronounce it. Of course, for Beatrice, I should have figured. So we're going to detach and then mill. Oh, and then you go into Spright Elf. Yeah, because sequence is a link to. Of course, yeah, okay, that makes total sense. We get to do a little bit of burn damage here as well. Yeah, and then Elf brings back the Diviner. Diviner F then lets you send the Trias, and then, yep, from there, that's Voiceless line. Because once you tribute the Diviner, you summon Low. Low gets the barrier, yep. And then that's Skull Guardian. We got the Saphira effect. We can tribute that sword. Oh no, we tribute the Low, yeah. Duh, we don't have to tribute the Sorvis. We still have the Trias in the field too. That's actually kind of wild. Alright, Skull Guardian and low. So what are we gonna add? Are we gonna add main deck Sorvis then? No, another low, okay. Oh, we never normal summoned? That's insane. That is actual insanity. We get to end on IP Masquerena as well as the Elf, the Low, and the Skull Guardian. Yeah, and that was just off of Engraver, because we still have the Sorvis that we added off of the Saphira. So that's pretty wild. I mean, it's like I was saying before, right? Fiendsmith definitely pretty hugely raises both the floor and ceiling of what a lot of decks are capable of. By just adding new lines, too. It's so good. Okay, so they have a call by for our Ash Blossom as they're going for their own Fiendsmith line. We're going to try to Maxi in response to their Lurie, but they've got an Ash Blossom of their own. Did they not just call by an Ash Blossom? Yeah, what? Isn't that fine? Alright, so we brought back Diviner and they concede. So, that sounds about right, okay. So yeah, good stuff. Thanks for showing off that line, Deck Tester. It's really good especially because I like to put out, you know, as much knowledge about different decks and how they operate as possible. And like I said, Voiceless is one that was just a little too pricey at the time, and actually still is now, for me to go into necessarily. So for me to feel like I can go into, I should say. So I really appreciate you helping drop that knowledge here. Much obliged. All right, we still have a couple of games to check out. Let's go into the next one. Okay, for our next replay comes to us from Mr. PLJ, aka Max Lee. It's a great name. Always gets a sensible chuckle out of me. Anyway, we're going to be seeing a game where we're on Tenpai Sky Striker. And as Mr. PLJ says in the channel, this is actually inspired from the top 16 YCS Orlando list. Looks like we got a couple of the alt arts that we want to try out here. Yeah, this is a very interesting looking list. I'm quite eager to see how this performs. We got a set of Ultimate Slayer here. This is definitely like the ultimate going second deck. That's awesome. And then Metaltronus. I didn't know this was in Master Duel. Oh, okay. I know about this card. I just didn't know it was in MD. It's a UR, of course it is, but that's interesting. Yeah, so Metaltronus, for those not familiar, quick play spell, target one face-up non-token monster your opponent controls. Special summon one monster from your hand, deck, or extract that has two or more of the same type, attribute, and or attack, but negate its effects. And if you do, negate the targeted monster's effects. Also, after that, if these monsters have the same name, you can banish both face down. So, yeah, it's like Disruption and also an extender, but it's like Small World. It's like all of those at the same time. It's pretty cool. And then looks like our opponent is going to be on an Orcus deck. Yes, they are on Orcus. Looks like they're not on the Fiendsmith stuff yet, which I think Fiendsmith Azamina, some combination of that is pretty good with Orcus. Alright. Yeah, let's see what we got here. I definitely do want to play some amount of Sky Striker myself, because I pulled those Rays. And, what was the other one I pulled? Hayate. I pulled a couple of Hayates as well. Alright, so our opponent's going first. Naturally, they're going to lead with Foolish Burial, sending the Harp Horror. Harp Horror effect to summon Girsu from deck. Girsu F to send the Orcus Nightmare, as well as putting a token on each of our fields. Alright, they're going to link off their World Legacy token for Linkuriboh. Oh, interesting. That's a cool. I haven't thought about doing that. Alright, milling the World Wand. World Wand is going to then summon the Harp Horror, which is going to link off with the Linkuriboh for Galatea, I imagine? Yes, Galatea. Our hand also is looking pretty good here. Like, we may not have opened any hand traps or board breakers, but we have, like, all the engine from both of our engines that we could ever need. Alright, we're setting up the field spell, or they are, rather, before going into Ding Girsu. Ding F, attaching one of the banished Orcus cards. Now they're going to link into, looks like, Vert Anaconda. Did they get Symbol Skeleton in there at all? They didn't. Yeah, they don't have Symbol Skeleton in their graveyard. They didn't set that up. They're sending Hoppy to destroy the token here. Yeah, so the whole point of the field spell is to have Symbol Skeleton. Wait, did they negate their own card? They did negate their own Dragoon effect, didn't they? That's really funny, actually. Alright, so Sangen summoning, they're going to chain Orcus. Oh, okay, so they could send Symbol Skeleton this way. That makes sense. Gotcha. And then now they're going to use Symbol Skeleton for ding on the field spell. That's good. Okay, I think that's a pretty good moment of disruption there. We get to chain the Widow Anchor, however, surprising our opponent with the Sky Striker card, negating the Dingirsu, which lets us keep our Sangen summoning. They're going to Ash Blossom the effect, but as you can see, we still have quite a bit to do in our hand here. We do still have to bait out this Dragoon, though. Looks like they're actually not going to negate the Thrust. That's pretty good for us. We're going to go for Hornet Drone, summoning our Sky Striker token. Linking the token into Shizuku. Activating Engage. Now they're going to use the negate. Okay. We're still holding on to that Triple Tactics talent as well. Which we're now going to use in order to take control of the Dragoon. Yep, because Triple Attack does not target, so you can't take control of Dragoon, getting to destroy both of our opponent's cards. And already leaving them at 2,900 life points here, but we're not done yet. We still get to go for Kagari effect to add back the Engage. They're going to Effect Veiler the Kagari. And we still haven't done Tenpai stuff, by the way. This deck's actually kind of cracked. Holy. Going for the Genroku. Okay, they do get to activate the Harpor to summon Girsu. Girsu effect sending the World Wand. So we're going to battle into their Girsu. And of course, in the battle phase, we can activate the Genroku effect. Genroku for Pydra. Pydra's going to add Sangen Kaimen. And then Pydra will swing in for lethal. And even if we still didn't have lethal there, that was just like full Tenpai combo after all of that, by the way. Wow, I can definitely see why a deck like this got top 16 at YCS Orlando. Sky Striker Tenpai. That's pretty insane. Thank you for showing that off, PLJ, aka Max Lee. We have time for one more game, of course. Let's go ahead and take a look at one more before I finish off. Okay, our last game comes to us from Sebastoron, aka Sebastoron, over on the Discord server. Always gets something else that always gets a sensible chuckle out of me. Alright, so this is a deck that I'm pretty interested in personally. Looks like we are on Fiendsmith, Azamina, Spright. Fiendsmith Spright was definitely on my radar, but throwing Azamina into the mix as well, it's very, very interesting. Apparently, Dia Bellstar by herself is, well, of course, with, I assume, other, like a card to send as well, is actually full Spright combo. So I'm really eager to see how this game plays out. Looks like our opponent is going to be on Fiendsmith Yubel themselves. Alright, let's get on into it. Yeah, like I said, Fiendsmith Spright in general was on my radar. I definitely had plans to cover that at some point. But the idea of playing Azamina as well is really, really cool. Alright, looks like we have a Wanted here. So we can see how this plays out. Yeah, I'm really eager to see how this line in particular plays out. Gonna Wanted for Dia Bellstar. Dia Bellstar send Thulos. They have a Veiler, but we have a Call By. I imagine we're gonna set Deception. We'll see, we'll see. I mean, I want to see this line. Yeah, because with Sequence Beatrice, if you go Fiendsmith line into that, you could like send Hero Kid and then link Sequence and Beatrice into Elf and then bring back Hero Kid and then boom, there's 3 level 12 bodies right there, or level 12, level 2. Okay, so Deception, we're going for the Murcielago, which we're going to activate in order to add... Oh, because LZ Azamina is level 2! I see the synergy now! That's really cool. It's too bad you don't get either of her effects for linking her off, though. But here we have Jet. Michigan special because she's level 2. We're gonna normal summon Ash Blossom, and then link with the LZ Azamina to go into Moon of the Closed Heaven. They have a Nib, but we still have Spright Starter and Hallowed Azamina in our hand. We don't have a Sinful Spoils card to use with Hallowed Azamina, but we could draw with Wanted and see if we can find one. Although it looks like we're doing a little bit of deck thinning before that. Yep, so blue and token go into Elf. We have the red out, Elf effect, bring back the Moon of Closed Heaven, and then use that to overlay into Gigantic. I thought, well, because we're 2 locked, right? I thought we were going to use the Moon of Closed Heaven, just go into Fiendsmith stuff anyway, but yeah, the starter, of course, 2 locked us. Gigantic for the aforementioned Hero Kids. It's going to get us a bunch of bodies here. Getting to make SP Little Knight, banishing their Nib, and then we can also use our remaining 2 Hero Kids to make, I imagine this is IP? Yep, IP Masquerena. So then our other remaining target would be Appaloosa. Makes sense. Got Imperm face down. Looking pretty good here. Opponent's going to Fiendsmith's Tracks. We're chaining Elf to bring back red. Yeah, between Imperm, red, and IP into Appaloosa, we have so much monster negation here. Discarding Lurie, Lurie effect activating. We're going to activate the red, sacking off the Elf in order to negate. So that cuts off their Fiendsmith line. Normal summoning D-Lotus, we're going to use Imperm on the summon, and that is enough to stop them from comboing out from there. That was awesome. Thank you very much for showing that off. Yeah, Diabellstar being full Spright combo, because the LZ Azamina is level 2. That's really cool. I had not considered that before. Thank you very much for not only you, Sebastoran, for showing off your game, but to everybody who submitted. I gotta, like, I talk about this sometimes, I gotta really emphasize this week, there were so many cool submissions that I wish we had time for them all. Toadette had some great Orchist, Azamina stuff. I saw a lot of people on Snake Eye Azamina and White Forest Azamina, which I've played both. White Forest Azamina is going up tomorrow, and those games were awesome. So, like, definitely go to the Discord server and just check out everybody else's replays too. But thank you again to everybody who submitted. Could not do this series without you all. So even if you didn't get featured, your submissions were still extremely important. And I definitely look forward to next week, as I do every Monday, for the viewer special. But that'll do it for this one. Why don't we go ahead now and move on to our outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Just want to give you a huge thanks for watching all the way to the very end of the video. Believe it or not, that is actually one of the best ways that you can support the channel, is by watching the videos in their entirety. But there are many ways in which you can support the channel if you are so interested. The names that you're seeing on screen here, I gotta give an extra special thanks to, because these are people who have chosen to either become a member on YouTube, which if you're interested you can do as well via the join button next to the subscribe button down there, or have signed up over on Patreon and become members there. Link to that is going to be in the description below. Without the support that is being offered by, again, all the people that you're seeing on screen right here, I would not be able to take the time to dedicate to uploading daily YouTube videos. So thank you so very much. But there are also other ways you can support as well. Again, link to the description below. If you like my deck tracker that you'll see in a lot of my videos, the Untapped Companion, you can download that for free, and if you use my affiliate link down there, then that also goes a long way towards supporting the channel. That's, again, free. So is subscribing here on YouTube. That's also free and a huge way to support. You can also check out Twitch, once again linked in the description below. Following and subscribing over there will not only support as well, but also give you notifications of when I go live if you want to catch some of the live streams. But really, no matter how you choose to support, it all adds up, and it all definitely means the world. So thank you, each and every one of you. For now, this is Hexlex. I'm going to be signing out, but more than that, I'm hoping that you have a fantastic day.